Hello everyone in cyber world, welcome back to another video. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Richard, and this is our channel we call Poor Man's DIY.
This week we're doing a product review on DEKO Tools.
Recently, a company reached out to us and they asked us if we would be willing to do a product review on one of their tools. They gave us the option to choose whichever one that we wanted and to do a review on that. As always, we say this anytime we do a product review, the one stipulation that we have before we agree to any of this is that we must be able to provide a completely honest review on this one. The company was all for it, and so we were excited to give it a try. We decided to select this power drill. So let's give it a try and see how it is. So before we get into this, I did a little research on the company to see what they were about. What I learned is that there was an engineer that used to work for a big name tool manufacturer who decided to step out and create a company of his own, and he wanted to do something to be able to create quality tools that were much less expensive than these other big brand names. And so this is how this company got started. They have quite a few selection of tools, and as we had mentioned earlier, we decided to select the power drill. So we're going to go ahead and test this. We have not tried any of this out, but let's go ahead and see how things are. Before we do that, tell me, what are your first impressions of this?
My first impression, it's very light. I love the handle because it fits my hand, and I love the color.
Color is important for some of us when we're working on it. Now, for me, what I was really impressed with is the tool itself comes with a carrying bag, and normally if you're getting a tool set and it comes with a bag, the price goes up considerably. So I believe this was like $62 for the whole set, and it came with the drill itself inside the bag, as well as not one but two batteries. This is also something if you're familiar with, if you buy battery operated tools, the batteries themselves, if you want to get spares or replacements, they are very expensive. The idea that this comes with two batteries, all for $62, along with a drill and this really nice carrying case, that was really impressive. On top of that, it also includes this drill bit set. Now this is unusual because usually when you buy power drills or screwdrivers, they might come with batteries. Rarely do they come with a case, and I have yet to see one that actually comes with drill bits as well. This, to me, is actually really nice, and for the whole set, for the price it is, so far I'm really impressed. Now we want to see how it actually performs. So we're going to try some things on some different objects and see how well it works.
The DEKO power drill comes with 2 different speeds and 18 different torque settings. Now we're going to test the power drill on a very hard piece of koa wood. Now we're going to try this again with one of our normal bits. The bit that came with the power drill struggled as I placed it and drilled it into the hard koa wood. The power drill worked very well while using our own bit.
Now, I'm going to actually try the screwdriver feature. Instead of pre-drilling, I just want to see if it can power in a screw directly into another piece of scrap koa wood, which is very hard, but let's see how this works. Okay, now I'm going to see if it has enough power to handle a very long screw, again, into this scrap piece of very hard koa wood. On the first attempt, the drill kept stopping as if it didn't have enough power. There could be a couple reasons for it, so I don't want to judge it yet. One, the battery was getting a little bit lower, so we used the second battery that had a full charge. We're going to give this a try. Keep in mind, we're tempting this just to see this power without pre-drilling it. Obviously, if you pre-drilled your wood, this would go in much better, much easier, but we want to test it out just to see how well it can do without it. Okay, so it did struggle with it a little bit, and it was stopping. This wood is very hard, and it should be pre-drilled to begin with. Again, we wanted to test it. I'm going to see my normal drill. I'm not sure if my drill can handle this either, but let's give it a try and see if there's much of a difference. Okay, clearly my drill does have a little more power than this. I had it at its max setting and it still seemed to struggle with it. And setting it at the max level, it seems to have a much better torque than originally. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. This time we're going to do something that would be normally a standard practice anyways when trying to drill into a piece of wood like this, where you would pre-drill. So I've gone ahead and pre-drilled a hole. Now let's go ahead and test to see how well this works if you were using it properly. Much better.
So that test was pretty hard using a hard koa wood, but let's go ahead and use everyday wood and see how this goes. This works extremely well using our own drill bit and drilling into regular wood.
And now let's go ahead and test wood screws using the drill and see how well this works. That worked like butter.
Overall, the power drill works extremely well. I really like how it was used on the regular wood. I know the koa wood was pretty hard, but that's okay. And also, it's very light, and I love how it comes with 2 batteries.
Okay, in my opinion, I'll give something a little more detailed here. First off, it did seem to struggle with the long nails into a very hard wood. I think this might not be ideal for construction workers who deal with large pieces of wood and large screws and whatnot. But if this is for a startup, I absolutely love this product. This is perfect. You don't have to spend a ton of money, and you get something that you can use, and as she had mentioned, having having 2 batteries to me is huge, because it's oftentimes you run out of power and you have to charge it up and wait, and you can't continue on with your project. The idea of having 2 batteries allows you to just continuously use your drill and your screwdriver for as long as you need it, as long as you got one charging in the background. So again, for me, that was an absolute incredible one. This thing works really well for a startup tool. I would definitely recommend this for a beginner. Actually, this is probably something based on what I was seeing with Jennifer. This is something that might also be really good for ladies. It is much lighter, but it seems very sturdy, and it works really well for an everyday DIYer. So I definitely would recommend this. The only problem that I think I have with this whole system was the drills. The drill bits are probably of a poor quality, and it did not work very well in either the softwood or the hardwood. But this was just kind of a plus. It's not as though it didn't work. If you kept screwing long enough, it would drill through the wood. So for a beginner, this is something that you could use until someday you pick up your own nicer drill bits. But again, this is something that I was very impressed with, and I would definitely recommend this. So we would like to thank DEKO Tools for reaching out to us and entrusting us to do a product review on their drill here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Next week, we're going to be getting back to our bathroom renovation. We were planning on doing that this week, but if you watched our last video, you may have known that we ran into a little problem and we had to get a plumber, so that threw us off schedule. We're back on schedule, so we should have that video out ready for you next week. So until then,
bye-bye.